I'm trying to shoot this video. Look, I had, after I came out of IOTation, I had a vision on a way to holistically combat this coronavirus. Okay? What it entails is utilizing the properties of copper. The EPA has stated and recommended to hospitals that the use of copper be applied to any contact surfaces, doorknobs, faucets, because of its ability to kill all known bacterium and viruses on contact. This is even the ones that are resistant to antibiotics. Okay? Okay? So I'm coming from experience with this piece. This is inserted in the nostrils. It's called a copper zapper. Okay? Now, this is with this inserted in the nostrils, you don't do this. You don't insert it this way. You insert it this way. If you insert it this way, it can damage the receptors that deal with smell. This is inserted in the nostrils in the morning. Anytime you go outside and you come in contact with people that you deem as, suspicious, might be sick or whatnot, you apply this. Okay? If you're experiencing anything, I use it for allergies. When my eyes are itching, put this over my eyes. Okay? If I touch my mouth, rub this on my mouth. Okay? Now, the benefits of this is that you can put this in distilled water, the copper piece in distilled water. Distilled water has a negative charge. Anything you put in distilled water picks up the charge of whatever is in the constituents that you put in the water. Say, for instance, you're making herbal tea. The best water to use for herbal tea to get all the constituents out of the herbal tea is to use distilled water. Okay? So when you put copper in distilled water, it picks up the positive charge since it's a negative charge and it's looking for something to absorb. Okay? So if you take and put a piece of copper pennies, in some distilled water and let it sit for 2 hours and gargle with that. Oh, snap. Hold on a sec, man. Where's my neti pot? Hold on. Apology. This is called a neti pot. This is inserted in the nostril. It takes a hot minute to get the whole format of how this thing is used. But what it does, it takes all of the pollens and allergies and pathogens in the air that give you allergic reactions. It cleans that out. You usually use warm water and salt. If you use this distilled water with copper, it kills all bacterium. If you take, by the way, I got some people in my clan, my family clan, that like those, Moscow mules. That's a pure copper glass, whatever it is, mug or whatever. Now, Walmart sells these. See? So you can purchase these online. Hey, and I got some relatives that are aficionados on making that Moscow mule, man. Send me a cup. Damn. Come on now. Look here. So what happens is that if you try to drink this infused copper water is so potent that it'll kill all of the positive bacteria in your stomach that is needed to digest your food. So you'll have to take a probiotic or whatever that is to compensate for that. Now that's if you drink it pure, and I wouldn't advise you to drink it pure, not unless you're having pronounced symptoms. Okay? And if you got pronounced symptoms, you need to take your ass to the emergency room. But I mean, if you're in tune to your body enough that, hey, this feels kind of shaky, hit it then. But what you do, if you want to bypass that whole effect of it killing the good bacterium in your body, make an herbal tea. The best tea for this condition, what's happening now, is called moringa. Saved my life to the point that I grew trees. I had 5 moringa trees. They grow like weeds. They'll grow anywhere in the world, deserts, anywhere. This is truly God's tree. The leaves that you make the tea, minimum, has 5 times the quantity of all the amino acids, your minerals, everything, 5 times. Now they're investigating this whole thing about mega doses of vitamin C. I went under the premise that in Africa, the saying is, whatever's killing you, what can heal you is growing in your backyard. So I was living in a very hostile climate until I found out what herbs and what not to use. Got to the point where I was making bitters, putting herbs in Apatisi, which is a bootleg booze, man. This stuff is a killer. But you put the herbs in it, and it takes out the constituencies and the herbs, and you drink that. On that note, if you make teas with distilled water, make your tea. I would use moringa if you can get it. It's very mountain rose herb in California. They have it. Okay? So the piece is that you need an arsenal to fight this. So I would get moringa. They got a tea called gunpowder green tea. It's potent. And what you do is you make your tea. After it cools down, because you don't want that with that heat, that copper will be readily absorbed, even though it's being the negative charge in the distilled water. You still got the constituents from the tea. So it's taking up some volume. So wait until your tea is cooled down. Then you put your copper in. If you don't have this, look in your pocket, you goddamn pennies. You don't have to worry about them being infectious, because copper kills everything. But if you just to them, well, man, I'm not putting that tarnished penny in my tea. Damn it, drop it in some vinegar, shine it up, so you feel good about what you're consuming, and put it in there. It'll stay in there for like 2 hours. Then you drink your tea. Now they have copper pitchers that you can containers that you can put this in, so your family can use these. Okay? What I envisioned was a mass composed of a copper mesh. What I have is illustrations This is a fine grade, a fine screen mesh. They use copper mesh in the shielding of electrical equipment for production of alcohol, spirits, and whatnot. Okay? So this is an ultra-fine mesh. Now, the benefits of using a copper mesh instead of cloth is the ability of the copper to set up an electro field. As the particulates in the air that contain this coronavirus hits this copper grid, it's killed instantly. It's short-circuited. Copper emits an energy field, an electrical field that zaps the virus. Okay? And what happens is that it instantly converts the particles that, if they go through the mass, it makes them inert, and in actuality converts it into a flu shot, in essence. Because even if you ingest this, the constituents of the flu shot, this coronavirus, which is 19 in a series of influenzas, is absorbed in the body to stimulate the body to start its immune response. So in actuality, a mask that's constructed in using a copper mesh has two protective qualities about it. As you inhale, it protects you from the oncoming particulates in the air, okay? As you exhale, it protects you, it protects the people in your environment, if you're asymptomatic, from even absorbing this bacteria or this virus, okay? It's self-sanitizing. It's structurally, the material is at a stage where it's reusable. Okay? So it's not like you even have to sanitize this, other than I included a possibility of using food grade silicone as the outer, that's, the outer, let me look right here, man. Come on, I'm 71 years old. What do you expect? Oops. Don't need to see no wrinkled up Geechee ball. Okay. Now, what happens, if you notice, in the design, I've also included a port for like the oxygen concentrator. This is for the elderly. So you don't deny your presence among the elders. I like this concept, simple reason that everybody looks like a masked man walking around here with these masks on. This, you can see expressions of confidence. You can see hope in the faces of these people that are utilizing this. These masks can be made in garages. If you got a press that puts in seals and bearings in equipment, you can get a form and make these masks. Okay? Now, is that Shayna? Okay, look here. Let's deal with another aspect of this. We want to attack this in all entry points. This is a copper zapper. Okay? Now, I purchased this after using copper when I lived in Africa. Okay, this is a piece that I got from the Smithsonian. I was a member of their semi-precious metal, crystal, whatever that is up there. Okay, so when I took this to Africa, being that I lived in a swamp, okay, I was carrying this more for anxiety than from any curative thing for, what the hell is those? Well, I'll get back to those diseases. But the only thing I've ever caught, I never caught cholera, none of those, none of that. What I did get was malaria ×3, put me in a coma for a week, but never any contagions. And the reason I was using this, I didn't use it for its curative power. I was in a damn swamp, man. I've walked across snakes the length of your sofa. Okay, until I learned bushcraft and how to survive out there in the bush in the most inhospitable terrain that there is, a swamp. Come on now. Okay, that's it for now. Hey, I love y'all. Fight hard, but fight with love. And understand this. This is my motto that got me through everything in my life. You can't stop we, the God in me. Stew on that. When you sit down and you get to panicking and carrying, oh, damn, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Hey, let me tell you something. D-I-S, ease, brings disease. The more you strive to go to your center, that's where your power comes from. That's why can't stop we, the God in me. Where's the God? The God is rooted in your center, baby boys, baby girls. Now let's get with this.